What is up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. I'm here with my co-host, Marshana Dahlia. And last night, we got part 2 of 90 Day Fiancé, ending season 6. This was the part 2 of the tell-all. There's so much to talk about. There's a lot of things that are up in the air that we don't even get a resolved experience from. So let's just jump right in. So let's talk about, well, after an explosive conversation with Aunt Lydia, Angela became outraged, that's not out of the ordinary for her. But she flashes her boob, she walks off stage 2 times, and then she comes to the realization that she doesn't want to commit herself to what she said she would do and have a surrogate mother and have a baby, which she was lying the whole time. I think that what bothers me is she won't admit that she was telling him what he wanted to hear and what his family wanted to hear to make the wedding happen in Nigeria. She keeps denying that she said it when we all heard her say it. And now she's saying that she's going to go out and live her life because her marriage isn't legal in America.
Listen, I think that would be the best thing for Michael. Honestly, I am so sick and tired of Angela and all of her shenanigans. Honestly, I was actually happy when she left the set because it's just like she doesn't add anything to the show, but, just embarrassing antics, things that should really humiliate herself and her family and her husband. It's obvious. It's obvious from the beginning that Angela does not regard this as a real marriage. Like, it's obvious. She just wants to control Michael and live on top of his head. I support Aunt Lydia. And I support them dissolving this marriage. Like, I just, the trashy behavior has become too much. I just think it's gone a little bit too far. And I mean, I would love to talk about it for fodder. Of course, we tweet every, live tweet every show. And it's just like, enough already.
Yeah, I agree. Aunt Lydia is the only person that's standing up for Michael because Michael doesn't have much of that in the relationship. And Angela is making sure that she attacks her for it. Because that's what controlling people do. She doesn't want to have anyone in his corner. All right, so let's talk about Jovi and Yara real quick. So Jovi, who his words says that his wife is boring and a grandmom because she's a mother, somehow manages to possibly knock her up again. So I'm trying to understand the logic. Because right, like, you're disappointed in how she's become a mother and she's wrapped up in this child. So what do? Possibly, we don't know that he did, but possibly make her pregnant with a second child. Does he realize that would eliminate any time that he would have had or any attention that he would have gotten from his wife? Like, I'm trying to follow his logic. Even his mother, Gwen, is trying to follow his logic. We can't follow it.
I mean, listen, Gwen is the MVP, okay? She really was the MVP of the episode last night, in my estimation, because she actually acknowledged on both sides, right? I think that's the true testament of a fair and balanced person. She was like, Jovi, my son needs to grow up and he needs to whatever. He wasn't ready. And Yara, she's a little bit too attached to Mila. And even though Yara feels justified in the attachment because she has to spend several months at a time at home alone with Mila, it's as if she only wants to be mom and no longer wants to be wife. However, to your point, if she's pregnant again, I mean, she must be being a good wife over there. I mean, not to say that good wives have sex with their husbands. Y'all know what I mean. Don't at me. Y'all like to at me. I'm just saying She must be doing something other than being a mom all the time if she is indeed pregnant again.
I agree. And Jovi, we found out last night, I wanted to touch on this real quick, that it was their anniversary. This was not told to us during the episode, that trip was an anniversary trip. And he decided to take her to the strip club and blow kisses and put money in the G-string of a stripper. And I'm trying to think in what universe a woman who had just given birth.
I feel for her because I was a mom by my first anniversary as well. We had our son in November 14th of 2020 and our anniversary was January 18th of 2021. So I was newly postpartum and we just went to a restaurant and ate dinner. I can't even imagine in that state going to Jovi, we gonna pray for you.
We really are. And like, I do want to say what you already said, Gwen, thank you for being an amazing mother, because we've seen a lot of toxic mothers, especially on this season with Betty. We've seen some toxic mother. We've seen Debbie and Colt. And I just want to, I just want to say thank you for being a real mother who points out when your son is right and also when your son is wrong, and teaches your son and that don't condone toxic behavior. A lot of toxic men exist. I said this before, because the mothers condone their toxic behavior, and then it's going generations long of this toxic behavior of masculinity and almost ignorance, just never feeling that you're doing something wrong because your mother never told you did. So you were raised to believe that you were always right, you've never done anything wrong, and that is never a good situation to be in. So Gwen, thank you so much for being the real star of this season and showing mothers everywhere how to raise a son. And when your son is wrong, tell him he's wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, one more thing in part 1. Mike and Natalie are officially over. The torture is done. It's over. We do not have to watch them torture each other anymore. I literally wanted to stand up and applaud. I was so happy. I know Trish was jumping in her boots. She's just so excited to have her son freed from this toxic relationship that he's been in. And Natalie said that she's going to find a way to stay here, is what she really wants to do. And I think that's what we knew all along. She wanted to be here. And now that she's here, she's going to try to figure out a way to do so. She's already been dating someone. She took a guy on a date and probably used Mike's credit card to pay for it, because we found out that she's been using his debit card this whole separation.
I have nothing to say about Natalie. I think she's absolutely out of her mind. Yeah, I hope Mike finds somebody decent, and that's it. I don't even want to talk about her.
I agree. All right, guys, we're going to end this point and go back with part 2, and we're going to talk about the family of Libby and also Tammy and her craziness last night on the episode. So again, I'm George Mossey. Make sure you live tweet with us every Sunday night. Mine is at George Mossey, and my co-host Marshana Dahlia Spavento, hers is at Marshana Dahlia, and we will be live tweeting. Next week is the season premiere of The Other Way. Submit and Jenny are back, as well as Kenny and Armando. We're really excited. And there are 2 new couples as well, so make sure you join us for that. We cannot wait to get to know those people as well. Again, thanks, guys, for joining us. We'll see you real soon.